studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action.
That's why we do it again. Line back up.
Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews to sports coverage to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews to sports coverage to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action.
Milford, straight in the board, go.
Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews to sports coverage to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Coverage of our Scarlet Hawks athletics on Milford TV is brought to you by the following sponsors. Our presenting sponsor, the Rail Trail Flatbread Company, a casual American dining experience with locations in Hudson and on Main Street here in Milford. Rentschler Biopharma, sponsor of our broadcast booth. Rentschler Biopharma transforms innovative ideas into life-saving biopharmaceuticals. Rentschler Biopharma, reliability you can trust. And Unibank, big bank know-how, community bank attitude. Serving the Milford community at their local branch on Prospect Street inside the Shaw's Plaza.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome inside the athletic fields here at Milford High School, as Milford TV is happy to bring you coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. Rail Trail Flatbread Company is a casual American dining experience specializing in an all-scratch-made kitchen featuring wood-fired flatbreads, an inviting atmosphere for the whole family to enjoy. Milford TV Executive Director Tim Coet here with you, starting off another week of Scarlet Hawks athletics coverage here on Milford TV, and we bring it to you live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. Rentschler Biopharma is a global contract development and manufacturing organization specializing in biopharmaceuticals and advanced therapies. Rentschler Biopharma, reliability you can trust. We are back out here on the turf field to bring you just our second coverage of this Milford Varsity boys lacrosse team of the season. Weather's been a little bit of an issue this season. There's been a lot of changes in all of the spring schedules, as we typically see at this time of year with so much going on. But we're thrilled to be back out here covering the Varsity boys lacrosse team this afternoon. Milford currently resides in fourth place position in the Kelly Rex Division standings with an overall record of 8-5. And today they take on a opponent from the Davenport Division in the Stoughton Black Knights. Stoughton is currently in sixth place in the Davenport Division standings. They are 2-11 overall on the season. And so we expect Milford to have some offensive success here this afternoon against a program in Stoughton that has just recently made a return to the varsity ranks for boys volleyball. Boys lacrosse, excuse me. They are a very young team, almost half of their team made up of freshmen, an underclassmen heavy roster overall. So Milford hoping to continue their momentum that they've been building in the second half of the season. Milford playing very well of late. Overall, they have won 6 out of their last 7 games, and immediately we settle into this first quarter action. It is the Black Knights that are able to control the opening face-off, and now a near giveaway back in their defensive end. Milford now trying to settle it down. It looks like they do. A lot of stick work now as Milford's captain Robbie De Gasparis comes in towards the near post. So Stoughton able to win that initial face-off, but then could not control the ball, and Milford was able to pounce. The Scarlet Hawks are looking to fill the void, as they right now are dealing without their leading scorer, as Jason Stokes suffered what I believe is a hamstring injury, missing the next couple of games. And so Milford looking to showcase some of their depth in these next couple of games before they get their standout scoring star back. We'll dig into some stats as we go along in the broadcast here this afternoon, as Coach Austin Costa was so gracious to send us some information on the team, as it has been a little over a month since the last time we've been able to see this boys program. This shot fired in hard on net. That took a deflection. I'm not sure if it was off the stick of the goalie or perhaps off the helmet, and it glances out of play. Milford will hang on to possession here. Still 10 minutes and 53 seconds on the first quarter clock. Outstanding day for all of the outdoor teams here today, with temperatures in the 70s once again. Perfect blue sky overhead, a light breeze that right now looks to be blowing slightly from right to left across the playing surface. But feeling like an absolutely sensational spring day. Milford trying to feed that ball down low right by the post yet again. Leaks around behind the net where Milford is able to gather back into. Gasparis now trying to escape from a defender. Flips it back up top. Good quick passing here for the Scarlet Hawks. They'll fire it in from distance, and the shot is cast aside. The shot taken by junior captain Henry Baldick. Milford dominating this opening possession of the game. Here's Jaden Martins now getting his first shot in of the game, and he sends it right into the stick of the Stoughton goalie, who's had an adventurous opening sequence here, but able to keep Milford off the scoreboard, at least for the time being. It is a pair of freshmen listed as the two goalies on the roster for the Black Knights, trying to spy a uniform number to tell you who the starter is for this one today. Right now, Stoughton carrying the action onto their attacking side of the field. Ball on the stick of Colin Grant, a sophomore. Again, a lot of freshmen and sophomores on this varsity roster for Stoughton. Knights trying to make a move. Defensive workout on the perimeter for Ryan Burns. And ultimately, this one into the stick of the Milford goalie, who will carry it out. Anthony Mastriani taking it several yards out before lofting a pass in towards the middle of the field, but possession's going to flip back to the Knights here. Getting deep into the sprint of a spring sports season, just 2 weeks to go as we enter here into the 12th of May. We'll have just 2 games remaining on our sports schedule after we wrap this one up this afternoon. We're still trying to fine-tune where exactly we will be on Wednesday. We'll be bringing you some live coverage on Wednesday. Waiting to see how the weather is going to develop. We may bring you some volleyball action. We may try to sneak in one more softball game on the year. We'll get the word out on that as soon as we make a final call. And then next week we are very hopeful to get back out to Fino Field, as that has been another team we've had a hard time getting coverage for this season, the varsity baseball team, due to some weather issues and other scheduling logistics. But we're hoping to bring you the Milford Baseball Senior Night against Hopedale, which right now is on the schedule for Thursday next week. But between now and then, there's a host of other activities going on as well, including the Dick Corbin Sports Awards, Milford's annual town meeting, and a lot of other stuff that we'll be bringing you as Milford is finally able to get one in here past the keeper. Opening score of the game. Looked like it might have been Sully Driscoll who got that shot in to get Milford on the board here. Good work from both of the goalies early, but Milford's going to strike first here. They take a 1-0 lead. Goal coming with 7 minutes and 56 seconds to go in this first quarter. Was indeed Sully Driscoll to give Milford their first goal here today. The head coach for the Stoughton Black Knights is Sean Rockwood, trying to bring along a very young and inexperienced roster as Milford is once again on the attack. Ball up top for Matthew Leosh. We had Matthew in our Milford TV studio a couple of weeks ago, along with the rest of the Joe B Band, to give their first performance in our studio since just before the COVID-19 pandemic. So you'll be able to catch that Joe B Band concert coming up on Milford TV. Six minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Milford with a goal on the board to take the first lead. Looks to be number 37, Joey Tupin, the freshman in net for the Stoughton Black Knights. Stoughton carrying the ball on their attacking side. It's Grant again trying to get free. Milford with some good help defense there. Now the ball gets left behind. Stoughton is able to scoop up the loose ball. And they will reset as we dip under 6 minutes. Again, the ball is left behind. This time Milford's able to pick it up with room to fly. Taking it ahead, it's Thomas Souza. Now gives up a pass. Now it's Jaden Martins. Trying to get Martins open. Instead, he passes back to Sully Driscoll over on the far post. He's going to have to track this ball down, keeps it in play, as Stoughton is able to get back in numbers. Milford trying to capitalize on an odd man rush. Here's Driscoll again, sends one in low. This bounces up over the net And Milford will make sure possession stays with them as Garen Fraunfelter tracks down the ball at the edge of the field of play. Fraunfelter over to the near sideline for De Gasparis. And back up top now for Ricky Nashawati. And finally around to another one of Milford's captains, Anthony Maeda. Maeda, Leosh, De Gasparis, and Martins, the captains, as Milford sends one in quickly. That's going to get in past Tupin for the second goal of the afternoon. Milford playing it casual there, then quickly went on the attack, and it was Driscoll again. So Sully Driscoll with both of Milford's goals here to get this game started. This one coming with 5:09 to go. And so a 2-0 lead now as the teams match up once again in the face-off circle. And Milford with a clean win, courtesy of Henry Baldick. Floats one over to De Gasparis. He's got to track it down. Casually scoops it up one-handed and will range around parallel to the Milford net and now pass behind for the hot hand Driscoll. Sends it around to the far side for Dylan Burns. And all the way up top now back to Henry Baldick. 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go as they get it back to Driscoll, looking for the hat trick here early. This time his shot was short and was smothered by Joey Tupin. Stoughton will try to start the breakout from behind their own net. Almost a disaster as they had Tupin involved. Tupin is going to carry this ball up about a third of the way up the field, and then he sends a bad pass that was easily picked off by Milford, who will just fire it in the general direction of the net, trying to catch Tupin still out of position, but the ball goes wide and out of play. Jaden Martins now will range all the way out. Again, some depth being tested here for Milford today with some players nursing injuries. And Jaden Martins right now using that big body. He's got 3 defenders trying to force him back. The ball now on the ground. Martins pops it back up right there for Milford to take the shot. And it is blocked and carried around behind the net once again by Tupin. That was Garen Fraunfelter trying to take advantage. Getting that ball on a stick right in front of the net, but couldn't put it home. And now here comes the Black Knights up the near sideline. Pass that one hops past the intended teammate. Now Milford will float it back out towards center. It's picked up there by Maeda. He'll send a pass right on the money to De Gasparis. Milford will reset around behind the net once again with Driscoll and back to Fraunfelter. Eventually to Fraunfelter by way of Ricky Nashawati. Garen now finds Martins. Martins, low line drive shot. That is in for a score. Martins gets himself on the score sheet here in the first quarter. 2:55 to go. It's a 3-0 Milford lead. Milford heating up as this game goes along. This ball rolling free off the face-off. Milford swatting away at it. 3 Stoughton players in the area, but it is Milford who's able to come away. Quick one-hop shot in. That is Sully Driscoll finishing off the hat trick with still 2 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the first quarter. Milford just out-hustling Stoughton after that face-off. The ball leaked out onto the Milford attacking side. 3 Stoughton players right surrounding the ball, but Milford was able to keep it moving forward. And ultimately Driscoll, with an easy look on net, one-hopped it in. Milford with goals 11 seconds apart to create a 4-0 lead. So Jaden Martins, who had scored the previous goal, and that's his 19th of the season. He is tied for second on the team in goals scored now with Henry Baldick. 25 points overall on the season. Jason Stokes, the scoring leader, both in goals and overall points, 31 goals, 46 points. He will not add to that total today as he's out of the mix with injury. But Milford right now with 4 early goals on the board. De Gasparis with a tough angle shot on the net. That one bounces away, but Sully Driscoll is there to pick it up. And a flag's going to come in here. Delayed penalty, it looks like, on the Stoughton side. And so Coach Costa now trying to make his team aware of the situation with the penalty marker down on the field. De Gasparis, he'll take the shot. It is saved by Tupin. And so it looks like the penalty is being assessed to Xavier Vicente, who was one of the captains. Well, initially it looked like they were saying number 2, but now we see number 4 is taken at knee. So that's Major Harding for the Knights right now with the penalty. Or 2 penalties, it appears, in the end, as everything gets adjudicated here down at field level. So it's Vicente and Harding serving penalties on the sideline. As right now, Milford sends a wicked sidearm shot in towards net that deflects off of the goalie and takes a hard ricochet all the way out of play. That shot taken by Nashawati. Milford with a little 6-on-4 here on the attacking side with the 2 Stoughton players serving penalties, as this ball now again will be wide of the net with the shot taken by Driscoll. Now again, this one high. That is going to deflect off the crossbar and in. Shot taken by Henry Baldick. He will score his 20th goal to pull right back in front of Jaden Martins in the goals scored rankings. And so Milford will make it a 5-0 lead with just 38 seconds remaining in a pretty fast-moving first quarter. Another face-off here, and controlled by Milford, who has flat-out dominated the time of possession here in the first quarter. Final 20 seconds about to play out here in the first. Milford with 5 goals on the board, trying to notch one more here in the closing seconds of quarter number 1. It's Baldick, most recent goal scorer. He dishes over to the far side. Trying a little play back up top with Dylan Burns, but the ball rolls free. 3 seconds left. This will be it for the first quarter. And so that will wrap up a successful opening period for the Scarlet Hawks as they score 5 times, 3 of them courtesy of Sully Driscoll. And it's an early 5-0 lead for the Scarlet Hawks on top of the Stoughton Black Knights as we bring you this action live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. We will return with second quarter action in just a moment here on Milford TV. Our coverage is presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. Right back here on the Milford turf, starting the second quarter. Varsity boys lacrosse action here on Milford TV, and already a 5-0 lead for the Scarlet Hawks as we get our first face-off here in the second quarter. Milford now attacking from left to right across your screens as we get into the second quarter of play. Milford has been in full control here. Stoughton got a shot opportunity in the very early stages of that first quarter. They did not possess the ball much more after that. The freshman goalie Joey Tupin for the Black Knights doing all he can to try to keep this game from getting out of hand. Here's Martins trying to collect a pass in by the far post. He got bumped off his spot. Ball squirted loose. Martins will try to track it down here, throwing his weight around behind the net as we'll get a whistle. Stoughton with possession as play resumes, but Milford quickly is able to take back over. Here comes Driscoll looking for his fourth goal. Instead, he passes off to Martins. Vicente doing all he can defensively to try to corral Jaden Martins. Ball drifts over towards the near side and out of play, completely off the playing surface. Looks like girls tennis is the only other sports action going on here on the outdoor facilities right now. It's a perfect day to be outside. 10:26 to go here in the first half. Little turnaround shot, beautifully executed by Anthony Maeda. Left his feet, fired that one in past Tupin, and there is the sixth goal for Milford. 10:23 to go in the second quarter. Four different goal scorers now for Milford through this first half. Three from Driscoll and one apiece for Jaden Martins, Henry Baldick, and Anthony Maeda. Leosh crossing back over onto the attacking side once again for Milford. Again, this is a program for Stoughton. I'm not 100% sure if they are just a relatively new varsity program altogether or if they had some years to regroup where they only played in the sub-varsity level, but they did not pop up on the radar screen in boys varsity lacrosse in recent seasons until last year. They only have one senior on their roster. That is Devon Rossi Benson, number 33. A tremendous amount of freshmen and sophomores that are looking to build towards the future. And obviously Milford has had these years themselves where they have had a talented group, and it's something that they may be looking at sooner rather than later with an upperclassman heavy roster here this year. They have had their years too where they've had a young team that they've had to bring along that have taken their lumps as underclassmen. They've put the pieces together here this season for so far 8 wins, looking to get back into the MIAA tournament, but for the Stoughton team, just looking for those little things to try to build confidence in a program. Mastriani, meanwhile, lofts a pass up the far sideline to no one in particular. It ends up getting picked up by Vicente for the Black Knights. Stoughton trying to rip a shot that was deflected, I believe, by Dylan Burns. possession staying with Stoughton here. So this is about one of the longest possessions we've seen for the Knights so far. 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first half. A 6-0 lead for the Scarlet Hawks. And eventually, Milford able to knock that ball loose. Good work defensively for Burns. Degasparis frustrated as Martins ends up with the ball, and it comes in at the goal mouth for an opportunity developing for Driscoll. No shot, and then Driscoll getting physical from behind with Jackson Arnold carrying the ball upfield. Arnold and Vicente, the two captains, as juniors for the squad. So Driscoll will serve the penalty after that hard contact. Stoughton carrying around behind the net, trying to get on the scoreboard. Faking the pass up top and then taking the shot. Sean Rockwood goes out of play. So we have Sean Rockwood listed as number 17, a junior on this roster. Sean Rockwood also the name listed for the Stoughton head coach. Ball floating free over on the near side of the Milford net. It's taken forward. Wild pass over in the general direction of Nashawati. Just a good leap to try to keep that ball on the playing surface. Not a great pass. A little over 7 minutes remain in the half as this low bouncing shot drifts wide to the near side and will go off the playing surface once again. Stoughton some indecision, wanting to release a shot towards the near post. Not sure if Mastriani got a stick on that. It bounced wide. Even 7 minutes on the clock as we now resume. Stoughton continues to possess the ball. They'll take a shot from deep. Seen a lot of shot attempts from longer range for Stoughton. Haven't been able to get in close for a better look on Mastriani. Certainly with one team predominantly upperclassmen and one team that is about 50% freshmen, certainly a size difference that benefits Milford in a big way. Little floating shot. It's going to clank around behind the net. Stoughton gives chase. And they'll say possession will flip to Milford here. So about the longest look that Stoughton has had at the Milford net. Really nothing to show for it. It's still a 6-0 Scarlet Hawks lead, as Milford will let this ball bounce around in the middle of the field. It's eventually going to be picked up by Baldick after Thomas Sousa couldn't quite settle it down. On the stick of Nashawati here, who will drift backwards towards the center logo, handing off to Baldick. Maeda now will take the shot right into the body of Tupin, who was able to direct that shot wide with the stick. Long pass is eventually collected in by Baldic over on the far side. He'll get it back to Nashawati, who will start his approach. A couple of stutter steps, able to get by a defender. He'll send a shot that bounces in. Did that cross the goal line? It did. It bounced in and out of the Stoughton net. So a little tricky angle shot there from Nashawati. That's his first goal of the game. And Milford will take a 7-0 lead with 5:29 to go in the first half. It's the 7th goal of the season for Nashawati. Seven goals on 12 assists for a total of 19 points so far on the season for Ricky Nashawati, one of the many juniors on this roster. And Stoughton with a clean face-off win, charging in towards net before curling around behind. Ball now on the stick of number 17, Sean Rockwood. Rockwood trying to get free. He floats one in. Mastriani is able to knock it down, and Souza is there to corral it for the Scarlet Hawks. Right up to the midfield line for Maeda, and Maeda sets up a shot from De Gasperis that had plenty of velocity on it. Ends up wide of the Stoughton net. Driscoll with Jackson Arnold hacking away behind the net. Coming back now towards the far post. Tupin, I don't think he saw that shot coming in, but he was still somehow able to get a stick on it. Had no idea where that rebound went, and fortunately for the Stoughton goalie, it ended up with one of his teammates, Xavier Vicente, who now will loop a little pass that was telegraphed, picked off easily. Stakowski, pass over in the direction of De Gasperis. So a nice read by Alex Stakowski, the sophomore, to intercept that pass. A possession back with the Knights as we dip under 4 minutes to play in the half. This ball up for grabs across the middle. And again, Milford is able to create the turnover. Burns. Milford pushes forward. A little 2-on-2 trying to settle down the loose ball. It comes away for a one-hop shot for Garen Fraunfelter. He scores. First goal of this game for Fraunfelter. 8th goal in the game for the Scarlet Hawks. 8-0. Now the lead for Milford. With 3:37 left in the half. So Milford with 5 goals in the first quarter. They've got 3 so far here in the second. Stoughton struggling to generate any type of offense. Overall, coming into the game, Milford had scored a total of 101 goals on the year. Stoughton, meanwhile, had scored just 62. That is not the lowest offensive output in the league. That unfortunately belongs to the Taunton Tigers, who have won just 1 game. They have scored just 20 goals on the season. Some offenses in the Hockomock League that can put up 20 goals in a game, so certainly tough for a team struggling that mightily with their offensive output. Milford around behind the Stoughton net. This ball is going to roll its way up the far sideline. It's going to drift out of play. Stoughton brings it back in. Up the far sideline now with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second quarter. Rockwood trying to get around a defender at the post instead. That one is vacuumed up by Mastriani. Avoids a little stick check from Rockwood as he eventually deals a pass over on the far sideline for Dylan Burns. Burns to Martins, who will sling it around behind the net for Nashawati, Driscoll, and then De Gasparis. Final 2 minutes now of the half about to play out as Milford sends a shot in from long range. It bounces wide. Rebound comes out for another chance here for a wicked side arm shot from Driscoll. Might have been Fraunfelter. Either way, it went wide. Possession still with the Scarlet Hawks. Robbie now with it over towards the far side. Putting Baldick in motion. He catches. He'll release a shot, and a stick save is made by Joey Tupin. He continues to hang tough. This could easily be up in the double digits in goals for Milford. We've seen some decent saves out of the freshman. Jaden Martins now rumbles in, tries to hit Fraunfelter with a pass. He would have had an uncontested shot right at point-blank range, but could not collect that pass from Martins. Now Nashawati will reset here for Milford. Robbie De Gasparis comes flying in. Another save is made by Tupin. And now the ball dropped. Milford is there for another turnover. Now sidearm blast is knocked away, and Milford's going to call a timeout here. So again, you really have to give a tip of the cap to Joey Tupin, who continues to make a flurry of saves. Milford with an 8-0 lead. This timeout taken with just 57 seconds to go in the half. Coach Austin bringing to our attention some milestone accomplishments that this team has collected along the way of this 2025 spring season, including Jaden Martins, who has surpassed 200 points in his varsity career. Jason Stokes surpassing 150 points at the varsity level in just 2.5 seasons. Henry Baldick with 400 face-offs won in his career. In addition to firsts in terms of the win column for the program this season. The first time that Milford defeated Foxborough at the varsity boys lacrosse level. Also the team's first victory against the Canton Bulldogs in school history. As we take a look back at those two particular games. The game against Canton happened just recently. That was back on May the 7th in a very low-scoring game. Milford was able to defeat Canton on the road 6-3. The game against Foxborough came much earlier in the season. That was all the way back on April 10th. And Milford was able to defeat the Foxborough Warriors 8-5. So again, this program has enjoyed some good years in these last two. 8 wins overall so far on the season, looking to make it 9 today. Certainly in good position to do that right now, up 8-0 with just 57 seconds remaining in the first half. As the teams retake the field now after the Milford timeout. So resuming action now, Milford behind the Stoughton net. Asparis trying to work off of a little screen, bounces a shot in as he wraps around, and Robbie De Gasparis will make it 9-0 Milford with 42 seconds to go. So Milford calling the timeout and then immediately responding with a score. First goal of this game for De Gasparis. His 7th of the season. And Milford will win the face-off. 30 seconds left to go here. Luke Fraunfelter will float a pass up top. Now Sully Driscoll, who has had 3 of the 9 goals for Milford in this first half, he will race around behind the net. Gives the pass up for Ricky Nashawati. He'll take a shot that was well short of the net, bounced wide, drifts out of play, just 6 seconds left on the clock. So we'll see if Milford tries anything here. Instead, a pass knocked down, 2 seconds and 1, and that will be that for the first half. So Milford with 5 goals in the first quarter, 4 goals here in the second. They take a commanding 9-0 lead on the Stoughton Black Knights as we will step aside here for halftime. So if you're joining us on our live coverage across our Milford TV platforms, hang tight for, right now they have 9 minutes on the clock, 9 minutes and change on the clock for halftime. So we will be back with third quarter action next as we bring you all of this coverage live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. Coverage of Scarlet Hawks Athletics on Milford TV is presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company.
Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action.
I want that time back. Because you're giving it a benefit of the doubt.
Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action.
Welcome back in as we resume second half action in this varsity boys lacrosse matchup between your Milford Scarlet Hawks and the visiting Stoughton Black Knights. Milford TV Executive Director Tim Coet with you on the call. Our Sutton High School intern Hunter Miller, managing the cameras up top. Our final week of our internship with Hunter, who has done just an absolutely spectacular job helping us out throughout this spring. Milford doing a spectacular job on the scoreboard. They pick up right where they left off in the first half as Anthony Maeda will send that one home just over 30 seconds into the second half action. It's Anthony's second goal of the game. It's going to give the Scarlet Hawks now an even 10-0 lead. Big day for this Scarlet Hawks offense, and still a lot of time left in this one. So far, no running clock, despite Milford getting up to the double-digit lead. You've seen that take place in the girls' lacrosse games we've covered. Milford once again attacking from right to left as we begin the second half. Degasparis will float a pass backwards to Ricky Nashawati. It's Baldick now. Some quick footwork, trying to elude a defender, and now it is Jaden Martins possessing the ball just briefly, gets it back to Baldick. Baldick looking for options. He goes with Nashawati, and now around to Fraunfelter. Garen Fraunfelter scoring in the first half. Ball is going to leak loose here. Stoughton trying to push it forward, having trouble securing it. Now over towards the near sideline. It's still up for grabs as that was number 19, Omar Alui. Could not keep that ball in play right in front of the Stoughton bench. So Milford now pushes it back deeper. Robbie looking for Baldick. His pass is knocked down, and now Stoughton will pick it up, traveling on to their attacking side of the field now. Pass on the stick of number 18, Anthony Ferreira, who will shoot and score. And so it is one of the freshmen, Anthony Ferreira, off of a rare giveaway for Milford in this game. They end up paying the price as Ferreira will finally get Stoughton on the scoreboard after they were shut out in the first half. 9:37 to go here in the third quarter. As Ferreira will make it 10-1. Face-off win for the Scarlet Hawks. The ball finding Matthew Leosh. And Driscoll around back towards the near side for Degas Barris. So we've talked about time winding down in this regular season. After this game wraps up today, Milford will have 5 games remaining on their schedule. Only one of them will be at home. That will be on Friday of this week against Bellingham. A little home-and-home situation for Milford and Bellingham as this week goes on. They'll play in Bellingham on the 14th and at Milford on the 16th. As Milford will answer that Stoughton goal here to make it 11-1. It was Baldick with a nice shot and a score for his second goal today, coming with 8:43 to go in this third quarter. So once again, a 10-goal lead for Milford. Stoughton with possession. From the sounds of it behind us, there'll be some evening softball action to round out the day here around the Milford athletic facilities. Looks like action about to get underway now. It's a bit of a strange start time for softball at 5 o'clock. As this ball gets knocked around over by the far post of the Milford goal, it's scooped up off the turf by Anthony Mastriani. Gave up his first goal of this game, has had limited traffic in front of him in this one today. Milford with some strong passing to find Sully Driscoll. Coach Costa continuing to stay engaged with his team on the sideline. There's Nashawati now. Gets his defender completely off his feet as he fires a shot in that was just off target. Baldick now will send it back to Nashawati. Releases back to Baldick, changes course, ready to release a shot that was up over the crossbar. Wind right now blowing from right to left across the playing surface. A little breezy at times. Nothing that should really interfere with the field of play. Anthony Maeda loses the ball, loses his stick. Able to gather them both back in and get a pass away. Eventually up top. Nashawati, blazing speed, fires a shot low at the feet of the freshman goalie, Joey Tupin. I know it's unusual to say you're impressed with the performance of a goalie that's allowed 11 goals, but it's been a bit of a lopsided effort here in Milford's favor, and you could easily see that goal total much higher for Milford. We've seen some high degree difficulty saves from Tupin today. Coming down to 5.5 minutes to play in the third quarter, as we almost had another giveaway for Stoughton. Ferreira, who is the goal scorer for the Knights, able to reel that ball back in. Now passes away to Bryce Russo, another one of this big freshman class. Tumbling across the middle, releasing a shot was number 8, Lucas Norse. Shot offline. Still trying to make a little push here. Trailing by 10. One hop shot that hops over the Milford net. Stoughton could not settle it down. A little frustration there behind the net for the junior Aiden Lewis. Possession stays with the Knights. Rockwood trying for the wraparound chance. Milford kept good positioning. Stoughton slipping, ball comes out. Up for grabs now as Milford comes in. It's Baldick who's able to pick it up and accelerates now through the midfield. And back onto the attacking side, De Gasparis looking for a little triangle play there between Baldick, De Gasparis, and Sully Driscoll. Driscoll let that ball bounce away, preventing the scoring chance from developing. We dip under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Stoughton now carrying across the middle. Pass could not be handled. Good stick work for Gavin McIsaac. Ball loose up the far sideline. De Gasparis will keep it on the turf. Weighing his options, as now he gets muscled down by Jackson Arnold. A penalty flag comes in. It was just De Gasparis and Arnold behind the net. Arnold just decided to give Robbie a shove down to the turf, and he will now serve out the penalty. Arnold playing in a different uniform than the rest of his teammates. So Milford with the man advantage, and they waste no time. It's De Gasparis who received the contact that initiated the penalty. He shoots that ball from distance, rifles it in for the score to make it 12-1 Milford. That's 2 goals now today for Robbie. So Milford has continued to manage in the absence of Jason Stokes.
Touching yellow. Someone else to play, man. Miami. You're gonna bring someone down in front on you, Dre. Look at him. Watch the cutter. 2 passes. Steve, get up. Don't beat him there.
Checking with the Milford staff up here managing the scoreboard, as we had a uniform number down on the field that we didn't have listed on our roster from the start of the season. Ethan Fiedler wearing number 10 out there right now for Milford. Less than 2 minutes in the third quarter. This game has moved along. Here's Nashawati. He comes into the near post and trying to feed Fraunfelter on the catch and release. Just a near miss there for Milford. Here comes Martins. Comes flying in with the stick. He will get the penalty. It's a late penalty right now as Stoughton moves up onto their attacking side. A couple careless penalties taken by Milford in this game. So Milford regains possession here. They will now assess the penalty to Martins. Slashing penalty for Martins. Martins makes the slow walk over towards the sideline. An advantage here for Stoughton. Ball up for grabs, and Mastriani wanders around behind the net, picks it up easily, now avoids some contact up high. Will push the ball forward, gets it back. Mastriani mixing it up now as he rumbles across midfield and eventually gives up the pass. And now we'll start to slink back towards the Milford goal. Meanwhile, here's De Gasparis. That ball popped straight up in the air and eventually settled down by the stick of Tupin. Anthony Mastriani very aggressive there, coming over across the midfield line. And the Scarlet Hawks again will pick up a loose ball. Ryan Burns carrying it ahead. Gasparis. Now it's Fraunfelter. It's the final 5 seconds here of the third quarter. Fraunfelter gives up the pass. De Gasparis with one last shot at the buzzer, and he will make it. So right with time expiring, Robbie De Gasparis gets his second goal of this quarter, his third goal overall in the game. It's the second hat trick for Milford today. And so the Scarlet Hawks will carry a 13-1 lead into the fourth quarter. So big day offensively for Milford. We'll see how it wraps up as we will bring you the fourth quarter when we return next. This action coming to you courtesy of our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. And so we'll be back in just a moment with the fourth quarter here on Milford TV. Coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics on Milford TV is presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. Rail Trail, a casual American dining experience featuring flatbreads and a whole lot more. All kinds of tasty treats available over at Rail Trail. You can, of course, enjoy Rail Trail right here in Milford at their location on Main Street. They've got some beautiful outdoor seating now available as we enter into these warm weather months, so make sure you check them out here in Milford. You can also check them out in Hudson as well. Coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics on Milford TV is also brought to you in part by Rentschler Biopharma. Reliability you can trust. Rentschler Biopharma, the sponsor of our broadcast booth. And coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics on Milford TV is also brought to you in part by Unibank. Big bank know-how, community bank attitude. You can check them out at their local branch here in Milford inside the Shaw's Plaza. Milford TV Executive Director Tim Coet bringing you into the fourth quarter now in this matchup between the Scarlet Hawks and the Stoughton Black Knights. It's been virtually all Milford in this one, 13-1. The one Knights goal came with about 9.5 minutes to go in the third quarter off of a turnover. Other than that, it has been smooth sailing for the Scarlet Hawks, despite being a bit shorthanded here today. Four goals scored in the third quarter for Milford, including a pair from Robbie De Gasparis, one of them coming right as the clock expired in the third. Shot comes in low. This one is going to get in for Milford. The Hawks have, looks like, a backup goalie out there now in this fourth quarter, surrendering just the second goal of the day to the Black Knights. Anthony Mastriani right now on the sideline. So it was number 4, Major Harding. So 13-2 now as we get deeper into this fourth quarter. Coach Costa, no doubt, getting a lot of the bench and opportunity to see game action here. ball up for grabs here. We'll get a whistle. Clock continuing to run here down to 7:51. We unfortunately don't have the backup goalie listed on our roster, so our apologies for not being able to get that identified for you. As Milford's going to sneak another shot in here. Stoughton still out there on the Stoughton side. As Milford's going to make it 14-2. That was a shot from well outside for De Gasparis, who has scored the last 3 Milford goals. Scored now 4 overall in the game, so that's the top scorer now of the day. It was Sully Driscoll who had scored 3 right out of the gates. Scored 3 out of the first 4 Milford goals. He has not scored since, so now it is De Gasparis with the 4 spot. Rolling down to 6.5 minutes remaining as Milford continues to control. So again, we'll get some definitive word out via our social media for where our coverage is going to take us on Wednesday. We'll either be out on the softball field to see the Milford softball team take on King Philip, or we'll be in the gym for varsity boys volleyball action that I believe will be against Winchester. Here's De Gasparis looking for a 5th goal in the game. That time the shot bounces wide. We were in the gym on Thursday of last week for a thriller for the boys volleyball team. As Martins rumbles around in front of the net, a little kick save made there by Tupin. A boys volleyball game against a gritty Greater New Bedford Regional Voc-Tech team. Milford found themselves down 2-1 in that one, but came back to win it in 5. Milford still not done scoring. That was Sully Driscoll getting back on the score sheet for the first time since the first quarter to make it 15-2 now in favor of Milford. That was off of a turnover right at midfield. This time it was De Gasparis facilitating the goal, finished off by Driscoll. So 4 goals apiece for Robbie De Gasparis and Sully Driscoll. Milford drops that one in as well. As we're just getting our scoreboard reset, so the goals coming in a hurry now here for Milford. Breaking the spirit of Stoughton here late, as it was Garen Fraunfelter who came out of the face-off circle with possession and took the ball all the way in by himself. Finish off his 2nd goal of the game. So goals about a minute apart there for Milford. And it's 16-2. Take a quick peek back through, as I'm sure this is going to rank up there as one of the top offensive performances of the season for Milford. Indeed, their previous single game high was 15 goals scored in a 15-1 win at Taunton back on May 5th. So it's the second time that they've reached the 15-goal mark. So right now tied with that Taunton game for the most goals they've scored on the season. So we'll see. Yeah, so right now the scoreboard does say 15-2. We had it as 16-2. So we'll reset there. Not sure if perhaps that goal from Fraunfelter was disallowed. So 15-2 with already now just 2:45 to play with the running clock. The second half going by very quickly. This game only about to hit the 90-minute mark in real time. Luke Fraunfelter back into the game, wanders around behind the net. Will take a slash here from Jackson Arnold. Fraunfelter still down on the turf. Trainer Ashley will come out to check on Fraunfelter as this will get a clock stoppage. Right now the clock stopped at 2:07. The second time today we've seen hard contact behind the net from Arnold on the Stoughton side. Right now I don't see a penalty marker down on the field. So Luke Fraunfelter, the sophomore, continues to be tended to off behind the Stoughton net. So an injury timeout. It is a 15-2 score with Milford leading Stoughton. Milford's led the whole way. So again, they will have that home and home with Bellingham coming up on Wednesday and Thursday. I beg your pardon, Wednesday and Friday, with Friday being the team's final home game of the season, which I believe from the notes we received from Coach Costa that will be senior night coming up against Bellingham. That's listed as a 5 o'clock start. And this is a class that has a lot of significance for Coach Costa, as this is the first class of players that he has coached all the way through here at the varsity level. And so it looks like they might be calling the end of the game, as right now Luke Fraunfelter continues to be behind the Stoughton goal, getting checked on by the training staff. So they have opted to run the rest of the clock out and call this one official. So that will wrap things up here with a final score of Milford 15 and Stoughton 2. So a little bit of an unsettling finish to what was otherwise a dominant performance here for Milford this afternoon, as they defeat Stoughton again by a final score of 15-2. So with the win, Milford will improve to 9-5 on the season. With the loss, Stoughton will fall to 2-12. So we certainly wish this boys lacrosse team the best as they wrap up the remainder of their regular season. Should we be able to sneak in any postseason action for this lacrosse team, we'll certainly get the word out on our social media accounts. But again, we'll have more coverage coming up live for you on Milford TV a little bit later this week. Again, looking to make the final call weather-wise, whether we'll be out for softball or we'll be indoors for volleyball on Wednesday. We will get you that information just as soon as we make a final decision. But we will have live sports coverage for you coming up on Wednesday night. We look forward to bringing that to you then. Until next time, a big thank you to our Milford TV crew helping out with the coverage today. It is Hunter Miller manning the cameras up top, and I am Tim Coette as we bring you this coverage live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. That final score, one final time, 15-2. Milford defeats Stoughton. This has been a presentation of Scarlet Hawks Athletics here on Milford TV, presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. So long, everybody.